On December 5, 1872, the captain of the British ship Dei Grazia spotted something strange about 400 miles east of the Azores. Another ship was sailing in his direction, but no one was at the wheel. Her sails were partly set, partly torn, but she was definitely underway. He hailed her. No response. He sent a boarding party. They returned with one of the strangest reports in maritime history. The ship, the American brig Mary Celeste, was completely empty. Her cargo of 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol was intact. Her papers were on the captain's desk. Half-eaten meals were on the galley table. A single lifeboat was missing. Of the captain, his wife, his 2-year-old daughter, and the 7 crewmen, there was no sign. None of them was ever seen alive again. This is the mystery of the Mary Celeste. The captain of the Mary Celeste was Benjamin Spooner Briggs, a 40-year-old American with 20 years of sailing experience. He was a teetotaler, deeply religious, known for being careful, sober, and competent. He owned a 1/3 share of the Mary Celeste, which gave him a powerful financial interest in keeping the ship intact. With him on board were his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and 7 crew members, all of whom had been handpicked. They were not strangers. They were not desperate men. The Mary Celeste left New York Harbor on November 7, 1872, bound for Genoa, Italy, with 1,701 barrels of denatured alcohol in her hold. The cargo was intended for fortifying Italian wine. The route was familiar. Briggs had sailed it before. He kept a meticulous logbook, the last entry dated November 25. The ship was then near St. Mary's Island in the Azores. 10 days later, the Dei Grazia found her drifting 400 miles further east. So between November 25 and December 5, 10 people abandoned a perfectly seaworthy ship in deep ocean. The boarding party from the Dei Grazia, led by mate Oliver DeVoe, found the Mary Celeste in remarkable condition. 3 feet of water in the hold, but the pumps worked. The cargo was intact, except for 9 barrels that were later found to be empty. The galley stove was wet. A vial of sewing machine oil was standing upright on the captain's desk, suggesting no violent motion had occurred. The chronometer, sextant, navigation books, and ship's papers were missing. The lifeboat was missing. The main staysail was found laid across the deck, not in its proper position. There were no signs of struggle. No blood. No bullet holes. No evidence of pirates, mutiny, or violence of any kind. Captain Briggs and his crew had simply abandoned ship in calm enough conditions to take their ship's papers but not their personal belongings. The British Vice Admiralty Court in Gibraltar held a salvage hearing. The court was openly suspicious. The lead investigator, Frederick Sully Flood, suspected foul play involving the Dei Grazia crew. He did not have evidence. The court eventually awarded 1/6 of the ship's value as salvage, a notably small reward, suggesting the judges still suspected something irregular. The most popular modern theory involves the cargo. Denatured alcohol leaks. In the warm hold, vapors could have built up. A small spark, perhaps from a tool struck against metal, could have caused a flash explosion. Not a destructive blast, but a loud, frightening burst of pressure and flame, enough to terrify a crew into believing the ship was about to explode. They might have rushed to the lifeboat with their navigation tools, intending to wait nearby until the danger passed. If the line connecting them to the Mary Celeste broke, or if a sudden squall pushed the ship away faster than they could row, they would have been left behind in deep ocean with no provisions, no water, and no hope. Theory 2 is a malfunction of the ship's pumps combined with bad weather, leading Briggs to believe the ship was sinking faster than it actually was. Theory 3 is